Hey there, it's Rachel Mullins, the host of Hashtag No Filter Fridays on Public House Media.
Hey, Choose to Rise fans, Kim Meyer here. I wanted to extend an invite to you to join me in my Healthy Living Accountability Group, Together We Rise. It is there where we work on fitness, we work on nutrition, we work on positive mindsets, and supporting each other in the process of living a healthy, fulfilling life. In whatever season of life that you're in, everyone has the opportunity to live a healthier, more fulfilling life. So join me. Head me up at chooseriseup@gmail.com or check out chooseriseup.com to learn more about how you can be a part of this amazing group and feel fulfilled and healthy for life. Most strengths have a flip side. Learn to accept yours. Hello, welcome to Choose to Rise. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Today, we're going to be talking about appreciating our flaws. Yeah, you heard me. This is not a topic we typically talk about here, appreciating our flaws. Normally, it's all about living our best life and being confident. But today, I want to talk to you about appreciating your flaws. When you find yourself focusing on one of your flaws or less than ideal qualities of yourself, actively seek to find the flip side. Every negative quality has a corresponding positive one. And so we need to remind ourselves of all the good things. See, I knew I would take you where you needed to go, right? So finding the flip side of your flaws, accepting your flaws and finding the positive on the other side of the wagon is where we're going to go today. So I want to share with you a little bit about my team that is super amazing. First, I work with a group of women who are super motivating, super positive, super uplifting. And even if we are flawed, even if we have downfalls, they help me find the positive. They help me push harder to be better. They help me encourage and support me and encourage me to being who I'm meant to be, who God's made me to be, and not who society tells me I am. I love this group of women so very much, and many of them I would have never known if it was not for this journey of healthy living. If I would not have said yes to improving my physical fitness and improving my mindset and improving my my health, I would not have ever met this group of women. And so if you are looking for any of those kinds of things, I'd love for you to jump in and join us. Just shoot me a DM, send me a message here on Facebook, shoot me an email at chooseriseup@gmail.com. Let's talk about how we can work together and really work on flipping our flaws here into our positives. So let's get rocking and rolling here. I just had to put a little plug in for them because they've just lit my fire already today, and it's only 7 a.m. All right. 7 ways to embrace your flaws. There are so many things about us. We are broken individuals. We are human, right? We have lots of good things going for us. God's created us as perfect individuals to fulfill the mission that He's given to us, but we're also flawed. We're also human. We are broken people. We have sin. We are a part of a broken world. But by embracing our flaws and accepting that everyone is fallible and not that nonetheless possible to be lovable, good, and successful, that isn't to say that you shouldn't give up on self-improvement and personal development, citing as an excuse as nobody's perfect. Rather, the thought is that you should be kinder to yourself about the things that don't go so well in life. The issues that you struggle with and the skills that you can't quite seem to master are the things that aren't really meant for you. So stop going in those ways. It's like putting resistance against you so that it kind of pushes you where you're supposed to be going. So stop pushing on them, right? All of the changes that we're going to focus on today can help you thrive in life. Now, we're going to we're going to give you kind of 7 little tips, strategies to help you accept your flaws or redirect your flaws into a positive thing going forward. So the first and foremost thing I want you to do is, if you're listening to this in the car, I hope that you stop and maybe listen to this again later to kind of write these things down, or I'll try to put them in the show notes as well. So I'm starting to do more in my show notes area. So if you are listening to this in the car, you're on your way to work, thank you for listening and plugging in, and kudos to you for pushing play on something that's going to empower you and lift you up today. I applaud you, and I'd love to know about you. So shoot me a message, follow me on social media. Let's get connected. I want to celebrate you for improving yourself, because that's really what this is all about, is self-improvement and rising up out of your current situation to live your best life. So I'll put these things in the show notes as well. so you don't have to worry about writing them down. But the first one is make a list of all your strengths and abilities. This will not only help you see everything that you're good at, but it will also help you see what you're not so good at. So we need to be super deliberate in effort to focus on the good. Challenge yourself to make a comprehensive list of all the abilities and strengths, adding absolutely everything you can think of. And remember that the traits friends and colleagues have highlighted from you from when you were very young to right up to where you are now. You might be tempted to leave out things you think everyone has, but I really encourage you that you should not feel that lack of significance, that you should put everything on there. Don't omit anything. Keep all of those things there. Put even character virtues like honesty and loyalty and empathy. You know that you are created for more and that everything about you matters. If you feel good after writing it, consider putting somewhere prominent in your place, or make a note on your phone about something, or put it someplace that you can always come back to and remember where it is. Also, distill the list down to your top 10 traits, okay? Put that on your mirror, on your fridge, or again on your phone or someplace. First and foremost thing I want you to do is list out all the positive things about you. Now, this may seem like more of a struggle than you realize, and if that's the case, this is absolutely the thing that you need to be doing. The second thing is list everything you're proud of. Everything. A related activity involves doing so much of this exercise is described above is about focusing less on your character traits and more on the things you're proud of. In other words, your best accomplishments and outputs. While your mind might immediately go to academic achievements, qualifications, and prizes, it's important to make an inclusive approach for applying this technique. Remember, you survived lots of things to get to this point in life. And so some of those things might have surprised you. Maybe you're in a struggle right now, and reminding yourself of all the good things that you've achieved in life and all the good moments in life where you've pushed through heartbreak, pushed through disappointment, push through a struggle in the past, that can help you get going now and get through this struggle at this time as well. So I hope that you are crushing this list, and that you are positive in this mindset, and that you have a full page of things. And if you don't yet, that's okay. Maybe talk to a friend about something you can do. Maybe it's looking at having them tell you what's good about you, because if you have low self-confidence right now, you might not be able to think of all the good things. Now, a lot of times people will tell you to write out all the negative things and the positive things, but today I really want you just to focus on the good deeds that you've done for a friend, the good things that you've done in your life, the things that you weren't afraid of to go forward and do, the things that make you who you are, all in good ways, and don't leave anything back. The third one is to reframe your thoughts. Reframing is a technique that challenges the basic assumptions underlying the beliefs that you have about yourself and the world. It doesn't change who you are, but it does adjust the way that you see nature. It's going to help you re-examine the way you see life and counteract those flaws. Write down the top 10 flaws that bother you the most about yourself. All right. The top 10 things that you just wish that you could change in a snap of a fingers, or a magic wand were to wave over you. What would you change about yourself? Next, let's look at that list and what's matched the positive things in our life with the things that you've put on that list. What are some of the flaws that you have that you can refocus to a positive that's in your life already? For example, say you've written down on your list that you dislike how easily upset you are. Well, this can be connected to some of your achievements. Can this be connected to kindness of others? Can this be connected to something else that you've done in your life that you can counteract with? The next one is to avoid self-criticism. Number 4, if you're like most people, you think a lot about your flaws. It's just that inner voice, that critical inner voice in our head that says you're probably not good enough, that all the negative things about yourself. We have that inner dialogue. We talked about inner dialogue in a previous episode. The inner dialogue is the one that you're going to listen to and that you're going to speak to the most. It can be super hard on yourself, but I would challenge you to avoid the negative self-criticism and really focus on the positive things in life. When you notice that critical person creeping in, identifying them as such and rejecting them, saying to yourself, oh, this is just me, I'm never good enough thought coming back in, or simply, I don't need to listen to this. One of a podcast that I listened to recently with Ed Milet, he was talking about how naming that alter ego. So like you have two egos on your side. You have the negative one, that little, kind of traditionally like the devil on your shoulder and the angel on your shoulder, like naming that person over here that is the critical one, and naming the person over here that's on the positive one. And then when you hear that voice, you can name it and kind of like shuffle it off. So like, if that voice of, oh, I'm never good enough comes up, you can say, oh, be quiet, Nancy, or be quiet, lady, whatever you name it. And then you know that that's who that is, and you can ignore that part of it. Whenever possible, speak to yourself in considerate, constructive ways. For example, the way you'd speak to someone you love, or you'd speak to a child, or you'd speak to someone that you respect. In time, that new habit will start to stick through, and that inner critic will become a lot less quiet, and your inner power person will be a lot louder. Number 5, accept praise from others. People who obsess over their perceived mistakes, failures, and flaws often find it really difficult to accept praise from other people. We often shuffle off those compliments by saying, oh, that was nothing, or that wasn't really my idea, or I don't deserve that praise. Like people, instead of doing that kind of thing, let's be self-acceptance. Let's simply say thank you, or I really appreciate that. Accepting those compliments, accepting those things will not only help allow that person to be able to give that compliment, but also allows you to feel appreciated. And if it's appropriate, you can also respond with a suitable compliment of your own to them. And as a bonus, you're helping them feel good too. So it's a great thing to accept those compliments for your own self-confidence, but also for their good of giving one. Number 6, love it before you improve it. A key thought behind this technique is that you can accept things as they are just before that you start to make them significant. If lasting change is something, so if you try to rewrite your character, or you're just trying to change or tweak it a little bit, even without stopping to acknowledge and appreciate who you are right now, you can accidentally harm yourself by trying to change yourself in undermining ways. And appreciate who you are. Love you as you are right now. There's no shame in loving who you are at the moment. We are all broken people. We all make mistakes. We all have flaws. We all have things about us that we don't love. But there are ways that you can love who you are right now, and then just work to improve that person. You're never going to get yourself to a great place by hating yourself. You're never going to get yourself in a self-love place by not loving who you are at the moment. Those are like oil and water. They can't live in the same place. So instead of, putting yourself down, even saying things like, oh, I'm so dumb, or I'm so stupid, or gosh, why did I do that? Like, reframing that mindset. I had someone the other day miss a meeting, and I messaged her. I said, hey, missed you this morning. I was waiting on the line for you to jump on. And she's like, oh, I'm so dumb. And I was like, no, let's reframe that. You are not dumb. You just missed a meeting. It's okay. But how can we reframe that? That negative mindset is going to keep spiraling her downward and keep her stuck in that space. If she wants to change who and how she shows up in life, she's got to think more positively about herself and say, oh, I missed that meeting, but I have it in my calendar for next time. I won't let it happen again. Reframe those mindsets. And the last tip I have for you is recognize unrealistic standards. Try to pay attention to the standards you're trying to live up to. Firstly, consider the media constantly bombarding you with airbrush images suggesting that the perfect is always attainable. And secondly, remember that some of your friends likely use social media in a misleading way. If you're following me, I'm trying to be as real as possible. I show up in the good and the bad, but I'm also trying to show you solutions, trying to help you and encourage you. And that's what my team does too. We try to fill social media with positive messages, with overcoming type messages, of solution-oriented content that is going to help you rise up out of your current situation and live your best life. It's going to help you get stronger in all areas of your life. And so if you can recognize that most people are not doing that, but you can use social media in a positive way, understand that the things that happen in your life in the past and the things that may happen in your future are not always going to be a part of the norm, right? But once you can really focus on the good stuff, when you can focus on the positive things, once you start to make these types of standards, the positive standards, explicit and put them out there into the world, you'll begin to see what you are and free yourself up for the things that you don't need in your life. So as you focus on making yourself more positive, as you start to really realize your natural gifts in a realistic way, and as you start to accept who you are in the very moment, truly valuable, wonderful, amazing individual, you will not only let go of the self-critic, you will not only let go of the flaws, but you will learn how to elevate yourself and learn how to be a better version of you. So hopefully today, one of these little tricks will help you rise up out of your current situation and live your best life. One of these things will help you accept a flaw that you have, love yourself for who you are are right now and learn how to, if you want to, improve or find a positive side to flip that. Number 7, recognize unrealistic standards. 6, love it before you improve it. Accept praise from others. Avoid the self-criticism. Reframe your thoughts. List out all the things that you're proud of and make a list of all your strengths and abilities, because you are beautiful. You are wonderfully made. You are loved by God. You are loved by me. And I hope that and pray that you have found those amazing things to support you and love you as well. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope that one of these things spoke to you, and I hope that you hit the share button on this live video or on the podcast and tell other people about it. And hope you're just feeling encouraged today. See you back here next time.